Hey guys, it is me, Tanya, founder of the TNG Designs Group Limited. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Now, in this particular video, we're going to be talking about why your brand message may not be landing. And it's important to know and understand why it may not be landing, because it's going to be the difference between you literally making sure that you are speaking to all the right key people in your avenues, in your networks, versus you speaking to people and it's not quite landing with them. It's not actually hitting or grabbing them, and it's going to cause them to literally walk away. And we don't want that. We want people to be walking towards you. Now, in order to be able to do that, you're going to need to address 3 key things, and I'm going to share that with you in this particular video. But before you do that, before you get stuck in, please make sure that you go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel, because it is super important for me to be able to share information just like this, not only with you, but for all others who could really benefit from key bits of information, brand facts more specifically, that are all geared towards the idea of helping you to understand you even more so, as well as your brand, as well as what it is that you're doing and why it is that you're really helping the people that you're helping. Now, in order to be able to understand that, you need to be able to understand your brand, and all the videos that I share within my channel are all resource videos that will allow you to get to grips as to what branding is and is not, and how to make sure that you stand out, equally also show up in a way that's congruent to your standards and your beliefs. Now, let's get stuck into this video and let's find out how you can make sure that you actually create a brand that lands with its message. So let's get stuck into it. So let's talk about it, right? Why is your brand not landing? Or more specifically, why is your brand message not landing? When your brand message doesn't quite land, that typically means you're not speaking to the right type of people. Or that typically means that maybe you haven't hit that nail on the head just enough for it to just really sink in. Or maybe it's because that, you know what, you don't even know or are clear about it in the first place. So maybe you're just sharing 1,001 different things and hoping one will literally stick or even resonate with the audience that is listening to it. So how do you avoid all that? How do you stop yourself from showing up in a way that doesn't sit well with you? And more specifically, how do you make sure that you don't have a brand message that doesn't resonate with you? Well, you go ahead and you resonate with these 3 key things. The 3 key things, just remember the 3 R's. The 3 R's will help you to not only address the person that you're actually speaking to, and those you actually really want to help, not the ones that you feel that you have to help, you know what I'm talking about. And it will also help you to also understand, with the 3 R's more specifically, it's going to help you to understand how you can make sure that you use that message that is geared specifically to who needs to hear it. And when you have these 3 R's in place, you're going to start seeing the type of people that you're going to be resonating with actually match all those you actually want to be speaking to. And more specifically, it's going to be landing better with yourself. Because as we know, if you're not having a message that creates or some kind of emotion within yourself, why do you expect it to have some kind of an emotion or movement within your audience who's actually going to be listening to it? And equally, when it does come to that right audience listening to it, they're going to resonate and they're going to want to pay attention. And that's why you have your brand message, in order to be able to help that momentum to keep going. Right, so now let's get into it, right? The first R that you want to make sure that you are addressing, and I've been saying this word throughout the whole of this video so far already, it's the idea of resonate. How are you resonating with your audience? Meaning, how are you creating something or sharing something that literally resonates to inspire or creates a level of inspiration with your audience? If they are not feeling inspired by what it is that you're sharing, well, then they're not going to continue to pay attention. They're going to go elsewhere, right? If you are not helping them to understand how they can move forwards or know that there is a way forwards, even if they don't feel like they're in that space at the moment, how are you helping them to be inspired to move? So resonate with your audience, connect with them. And essentially, that's another way of thinking about it as well. How are you making sure that you are connecting with your audience? If you're not having that level of relationship building, if you're not maintaining that or connecting with them in that kind of a way consistently, well then yeah, your brand message isn't going to land in the way that you want to. And on the note of connecting with and equally building that relationship with, or even having a level of inspiration that allows that resonation to happen in the first place, how are you then going on to point number 2 and actually relating to your audience? Does your audience know that you get them? Does your audience also know that you get not only them, but equally the journey that they're currently on? Because folks, I'm sure you'll agree that you've probably had that experience that they're now experiencing today, right? So what was your feeling like? What was it like for you to be in that space where you didn't necessarily feel like there was a way forwards? How are you sharing that? Again, creating that level of relationship that allows you to build on that connection. And that's probably the underlining theme here. It's all about connection, and it's always about making sure that, do you know what, you're showing up with your brand values, your brand power of 3, as you know what I like to call it as, right? When you're resonating with your values and your vision and your purpose, you know the message, what you should be sharing with your audience, because it resonates, because it relates, and equally because it then does this next thing, which is reassures. Reassure, or reassurance if you like. This is where you show your proof, meaning you coming out the other side, meaning you now showcasing the fact that this is where you were, but now this is where you are right now. And that means that from that point of start, you were able to go on your own journey in order to be able to get to where you are right now, meaning that you are showcasing that way forwards. You know, I always talk about this idea of the way forward, right? Well, if you're not talking about the way forward and the fact that you are knowing that you are the example of the way forward, if you're not showcasing that, if you're not showing up with that in mind, well then yeah, again, your brand message is going to be missing the point. It's going to be missing your audience, in fact, and they're not going to be getting it. They're not going to want to listen to somebody who doesn't resonate or even relate to what their needs are right now. They're not going to want to even pay attention if they don't even see the reassurance in that respect. So you've got to reassure your audience. You've got to make sure that even with this message in place that resonates with your values, that resonates with your vision, and equally that resonates with the purpose or the real reason why you're doing this in the first place. If you are not addressing these key things, well then yeah, unfortunately your brand message is not going to land. So give it the backing that it needs by addressing the 3 R's. Make sure that you're also connecting with your audience. Remember that underlining thing that's always going to be happening when it comes to your brand message. Connect with your audience in a way that resonates, relates, and equally reassures them as to what it is and why it is that you're really, really doing what you're doing. For me, as you know, my brand message is all about helping others to see that they are more than what they see. Because I know what that feels like when you only work on this surface level and you only lead from the surface level. But when you dig a little bit deeper, you get to understand the real you, and you get to understand why it is that you're really doing and helping all others in a similar space that you were once in. Because you get it. I got it. I understand what it feels like when you don't have clarity as to what it is that you're doing. I understand what it feels like when you feel stuck in a rut. And I understand what it feels like when you just feel like there is no way forwards. So now, with my message, I reassure people by way of where I am right now. I reassure, I relate, and equally I create a level of resonance that allows people to understand that I get them, and equally I also get the journey that they're experiencing as well, because I've lived it and I've walked it. So, with your own message, how are you sharing that? Keep that in mind at all times, anytime you are speaking it to your audience, and equally anytime that you have to share it, even on a digital platform. So, folks, I'm going to leave it there. I really hope that this video really, really resonated with you. Please go ahead and share it with other people and other like-minded people, more specifically, who really get this stuff, who really want to make sure that they are leveling up within their own brands. And on the note of leveling up within your own brand, please make sure that you go and do this next thing. Now, aside from liking and subscribing to this particular channel, I want you to go ahead and click on the first link that's underneath this video and in the description box. With that first link, I want you to go ahead and just fill in just a couple of details because I want to send this information to you. Now, this information isn't just information. It's not just another branding thing. No, it's all about making sure that you are leveling up within your brand. And more specifically, you know me, I'm all about making sure that you are taking action. So you should take action with this. Take action in order to be able to start leveling up with your brand, and take action to make sure that your brand message is actually landing in a way that suits not only you, but equally resonates with your clients, resonates with all of your audience that comes across your path, and more specifically resonates or even relates or even reassures all of the goodness as what it is that you actually do. So folks, go ahead, click on that first link that's in the description box below this video, fill in just a couple of details and get going with all of what I have to send over to you at that point as well. And folks, I'm just going to leave it there and I'll see you on the other side.